Gotham Knights is an upcoming title from Warner Brothers Games Montreal that's going to be coming out in 2021. And I wanted to go ahead, guys, in this segment of the show and talk about everything that we won out of Gotham Knights. And guys, this is a title that I'm really excited about after the, of course, the reveal for this game came out. Something that I'm pretty excited about, really intrigued by all the different characters. This gives me the thought that this is a title that looks like it's going to try to compete with the Marvel Avengers, and I'm really excited about that. So, like I said, I want to talk about everything that we won. When I say we, guys, I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts and opinions, and I would love to hear yours, whether you agree or disagree, in the comment section down below. So let's get into it. For me, guys, I've always stated that any AAA title that comes out needs to be a full package, in my personal opinion. That being, of course, a great, single player or co-op campaign, co-op modes, and multiplayer modes. And that gives you that full package that justifies a $60 price tag, or however they decide to market it and price it. So for me, I want to see a full package out of Gotham Knights. I think it's going to give you so much different things to do after beating the single player campaign, playing with your friends, playing against other people. I think that's going to be really important for Gotham Knights. For me also, guys, being a game that I believe is going to compete against Marvel's Avengers, there's a number of things that I thought that Marvel's Avengers did well, but I thought there was a number of things that they didn't do so well, and I think that Gotham Knights actually needs to take some of the things that definitely worked right for, with Marvel's Avengers and kind of apply some of those things and kind of tactics and schemes to their own arsenal of what, so to speak, of what they're able to work with moving forward. And, for me, guys, I've been one that has, actually, I haven't been as critical about microtransactions as some other people out there. I've always stated that microtransactions, I believe, are okay as long as it's not deceptive to the consumer. And I've also stated that I would like to have more earnable items over payable items, or things that you can just pay for. I think having things that you can earn within the game are better and should be, there should be better things that you can earn rather than having things that you can really pay for that are, let's just say you buy something and that looks cooler than something you earn in game. That's not the way it should be. It should be flip-flopped. It should be the earnable items are the ones that are really cool that everybody wants to get. It gets people to play the game over and over again. So with Gotham Knights, I would love to see that as well. Now, another thing for me, guys, the game, it features 4 playable characters, that being Nightwing, Batgirl, Robin, and Red Hood. So that's 4, different playable characters, which is great, but I'm kind of hoping that there's other new characters that they add to it. And I'm sure they're going to, guys, over time. There's going to be new characters that get added. Now, this is a game that there's a lot of question marks as to whether or not you'll be able to play as Batman at some point. Now, obviously, this story is based around Batman, meeting his demise, essentially. Now, I do think that they will bring him back in some capacity or another, maybe at the end of the story or something. So there's a lot of question marks around that. But I think that there's just a lot of different characters that you could really bring into the fray here with Gotham Knights for the long term, right? The end game content and things of that nature, they could certainly add to it. And I think that could be something really special. Now, obviously, guys, what we've had up to this point with this title is, obviously, I really want there to be definitely a distinguish, kind of aspect to each of the characters and the abilities that they have. And obviously, guys, each character, from what we've seen so far, they each have definitely different types of abilities and such. I just hope that there is not too much complexity to each one. They're relatively easy to understand, but maybe really hard to master. That would be something that would be really cool to kind of see. I hope there's a really large skill tree of different skills that you can get, different abilities you can get for each of those characters. That would be really cool. And I think, guys, that I'm hoping that you can, play co-op, but also that like co-op multiplayer where you play PvE, whether you're playing against, the AI, or if you're playing against other people in a PvP setting, could be something really interesting. I think this has immense amounts of potential, guys, for the different types of game modes that they could put into a game like this and a title like this. And so I'm very excited about that. I really am. This is a title that, like I said, I think it's being pretty much created to directly compete against Marvel's Avengers in games like that. Maybe even something like Marvel's Spider-Man. So I'm excited about that. I really am. I think that this could be something special from Warner Brothers Montreal. And we'll have to kind of wait and see, guys, as far as, you know, I'll give you guys more information as it comes out, and we'll be able to update more and more things that we want when we find out more information down the road. As far as the villains go, guys, that's another thing. I want there to be a variety of different villains that you're playing against. I don't want it to be all the same villains that you're playing against. I want there to certainly be different villains. I'm hoping that we get a lot of the super villains in this one as well. That would be really awesome from the DC, you know, universe. So different, you know, enemies. I think the locations can be really important as well. In Marvel's Avengers, it felt like a lot of like the same types of locations and environments that you're fighting in. I'd like there to be a lot more variety here with Gotham Knights. So that's another thing that's really important. Like I said, different weaponry, guys. I want it to stay fresh, have a skill tree, have things that you can earn along the way, that it feels fresh. There's new things that you're constantly learning. And honestly, guys, I wouldn't even mind like a semi-open world setting where you're able to explore a little bit outside of doing all the action and things of that nature. Or after you're done beating the game, you can explore a little bit and kind of just really get immersed into this world. And you can traverse the world in multiple different ways that in how and kind of really what fits your play style. So that'd be awesome, guys. But with that, those are the things that I want to see at this point in time for Gotham Knights. What do you guys want to see out of this game? Let me know in the comment section down below. And for more Gotham Knights content and videos, stay here with Zero TV.